Hello, just wanted to do this little video because I had this conversation with my husband earlier. It was about why are autistic people psychic? So, excuse me, you'll find that a lot of psychic people are autistic, and that is because, as you know, psychic ability is called the sixth sense. Can't say I've got lisp. Sixth sense. Okay, so when you're autistic, all your senses are dialed up to like 100% more. So, for example, our vision is heightened. Like, yes, I'm wearing glasses, but these are reading glasses. My long vision is outrageous. I can read a bus number from miles away. Okay, so that's the vision. Smell. I can smell things that aren't even there. Taste. Most of us like hot, spicy foods. I can taste, example, aspartame, the chemical that's in some foods and drinks. I can taste that. I can taste bleach, not bleach. I can taste chlorine in tap water. You know, we've got a strong sense of taste. Like, a lot of us can't stand anything bitter. I can't. Anything bitter makes me vomit. A lot of us really like salt. I have so much salt on stuff, it's like ridiculous. So that's sight, smell, taste, hearing. I've got hypercusis, which is 6 times better hearing than normal. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the senses. The 5th sense, touch. A lot of us hate the feel of certain fabrics. We're too sensitive to them. Like me, I can't bear the fabrics that a lot of girls like wool, cashmere. I can't stand silk. Chiffon. Right. So that's all of the 5 main senses. And then, of course, you've got number 6, which is supposedly psychic ability, which the conversation earlier was about. I'm forever saying, you've probably read it sorry, on my wall, that it's not magic, it's not anything outrageous, it's just people like me have it dialed up to 6. Okay, we have our 6th sense dialed up to 6. Okay, so like, along with our other 5 senses, it's just dialed up high. Our intuition is dialed up high, whereas most people have it dumbed down through watching TV, through being on computers all day, through their jobs, through being told as a child to stop pretending they've got imaginary friends, which are actually spirits, because all children are psychic. All children are communicating with spirits. Okay, it's till they get to about 3 that wears off, when they start learning about the world, that wears off. Unless you're autistic, then we're more open to that, and we tend to train our brains you know, we work parts of our brains other people don't. Sorry, my speech at the moment is bad. Like, I read 14 hours a day. Yes. So I'm working that part of the brain that seems to be linked to psychic ability. What else was we saying? We were talking about this earlier. I could train anyone to be psychic, as they say, but it would take a lot of practice. It would take a lot of telling someone to get off the television, stop watching television, put your phones away, unless it's to watch things that open up the right part of the brain. I don't mean literally the right part, I mean the correct part of the brain. Excuse me, disgusting, I know. And then I would teach the person to, first of all, sharpen the other 5 senses, the ones I just talked about. You need to sharpen all those first, and then get to number 6. So that is why we tend to be better at being psychic, autistic people. It's not a magic power. It's just we're more open to it, and we're able to work that part of the brain. What else were we saying earlier? I should have filmed it. It was an interesting conversation. Forgotten now. Yes, it's just like I repeatedly say, it's not anything amazing. It's just my senses are sharpened, all of them. A lot of the time that's traumatic. It's traumatic having sorry, it's traumatic having 6 times better hearing than everybody else. You know, it's painful. It's traumatic not liking certain fabrics on you, so there's only certain clothing you can wear. It's traumatic smelling phantom smells or hearing phantom sounds. It's traumatic with your eyes. Oh, another thing with the eyes with autism is we have what's called convergence insufficiency, where it just means that, you know, sorry, like it was a problem for me in photography college, because you get this thing with, if you photograph buildings, which is called converging verticals, which is where the camera does what an autistic person's eyes do, where if you take a photograph of a building, it doesn't look correct. The vertical lines, they taper in at the top, right? That's what the camera lens sees, and that's actually what some people with autism's eyes do, and that affects our like spatial thing. So often we're in the car and I panic because everything looks closer to us than it actually everything looks closer to me than it actually is. So I always think we're going to hit something with our car, and I panic, and husband's like, we're miles from it, and I'm like, but it looks like it's right on top of us, right? So that's convergence insufficiency. And also words on the page in books cross over. So I have, excuse me, hiccups, I have one page crosses into the other. That's why I have to read like that with one eye shut. So that can be quite a pain, and literally a pain, because that leads to migraines. So yeah, it's not fun having these heightened senses, and it's also not fun being psychic at times. it can be quite distressing when you have visions. You might have seen that really horrific dream I posted, or you relive someone's last moments, or but just thought I'd mention that. So this is why we call autistic children indigo kids. That was the old thinking, that kids with psychic abilities, what was called indigo kids. But I now know that to mean that they were actually autistic, usually, because they would be the kids displaying certain behaviours and psychic ability, which are now known to be autism. Because I, now know I've got that myself, and I've got the psychic ability. But, with children, just don't fob them off. Don't tell them stop making it up, or that's an imaginary friend you've got there. That's the worst thing you can do. Just, don't scare them, but just say, oh, really? Tell me more. They will eventually grow out of it, unless they are autistic. Then they most likely will not grow out of it and end up being like me with psychic ability. But there's nothing wrong with that, unless it comes with scary stuff, but that you can learn to deal with and block out. So anyway, here's my ADD. I've totally lost track of what I was saying, but because you can have both ADD or ADHD and autism. I've got the ADD, which is it's like ADHD but without the hyperactivity and the reckless behaviour. So yeah, just wanted to note that, because someone might be interested, I don't know. So anyway, bye for now.